Hi guys, I'm here, and it's been a busy weekend. I hope you all are good. I work a lot at the theater, but I think it was Friday night I started to think, wow, he's gone. 45 is gone again, and this seems to be a monthly thing, and now everyone else is talking about how it seems to be monthly, and I'm seeing a pattern here. He gets crazy, right? He gets insane. He says really and he creates all these executive orders, and he just gets really crazy, and the things that he tweets out, and um, he thinks he's some Darth Vader, whatever, and it gets crazy, and it gets like King Henry the Eighth, where he has a syphilitic mental breakdown of like delusion of grandeur and just complete insanity, and then he disappears. And everybody goes, is he dead? Is he dead? Well, I feel like he goes and then they give him treatments. Drain his heart, whatever, clean the blood, whatever they do. Notice that his hand has looked better and his cankles are gone. And I noticed that since last time that those got better. Also, people notice that he has this weird little gleamy things in his eyes. And they said that it looked like he got cataract surgery with lenses put in, and that would explain why after last month when they showed us pictures of him, his eyes were like puffy and squeezed shut, and he just looked terrible. And I felt like it was like Frankenstein, where they did all this surgery to him to make him the bionic man, to see how much longer he can live. But his heart is what I've always gotten: heart, brain, stomach, but his heart is what is dragging him down. And also some old infection. Like, I feel like he's septic. I feel like he walks around and he's septic, like Henry VIII, and it's slowly dragging him down. And I just don't feel like he's going to be, if he's even still around. I think he's still around, but he's getting these monthly treatments, and they're not telling us. If they told us, we'd all demand he be taken out of office, which, that they're not going to do that. Stephen Miller clearly has taken over, and that's why, beyond the evil of 45, Stephen Miller's evilness for entertainment purposes only, not fact. But he's like pure darkness. They're all dark. The worst part of all this is just the way that they want all of us to and join us into the darkness. No, not going to. Not going to do it. It's much easier to be in the dark, right? Until you pass on and you find out that you have to relive that forever, all eternity. All the horrible things you did to every single living thing on earth, you're going to relive. You're going to go through. So anyway, 45 is not doing well. I do believe he's getting a monthly treatment. Now, some people said Alzheimer's would be a monthly treatment where they like drain the brain and do all this stuff. But I mostly feel it's something heart related and septic. And they tried to make him the bionic man, and that gave him another month. And then he went crazy again, and now they're treating him again, and he'll slowly come back. And then it's going to be like the moon. And there probably is some influence the moon has on him. But yeah, he's not going to be around much longer. I don't feel that. I've always said that doesn't mean he'll leave office, but he himself won't be around much longer. And I do feel like Miller has taken over a lot, and that's not good. So I think I'll leave it at that, because I really feel like the energy's left me. I've said what I had to say. What do I see coming up here? Well, okay, so we made that order that said he's sending out, even for no reason, to places like Chicago and Portland, Oregon. He's sending out this military, and I just saw 444 there, so that means they're protected. It's awful what they're doing. It's awful. There's illegal and there's crimes against humanity. There's morally illegal, which overrides just plain old illegal. Now, someone who crosses the border, that's a civil offense, that like jaywalking. What's that? You know, that's okay, that's a crime, right? Or it's an offense. It's a civil offense, which must be tried in court with due process. But there's way worse crimes than that. And I think that the crime of destroying someone's life is a way worse crime. It's bad. We're so deprived right now. Somebody said the other day, they said that we're so divided. And I'm like, well, here's a problem. We can't join MAGA, right? Unless you're completely depraved and you're willing to give up every sense of humanity and compassion left in you. So if we get along with you guys to make peace, you know, if you can't beat them, join them, then that means that we've sold our soul to the devil, where we're all going to be in eternal hell, basically, of our own soul. So the fact that we can't join the depravity and we're stuck in our, you know, moral conscience and compassion is the division, right? So because we wouldn't join them, we're the Dems or whoever are dividing the country. We're the division because we're actually using our soul. We're using our heart. We're using compassion. But I say this, if you can't find the compassion in you to care about little children being zip-tied and brown, pretty much if you're brown, that you get targeted and potentially killed or sent to a concentration camp, if you can't have compassion for that, then at least think about this. You're never going to get rid of all the brown people. You're never going to get rid of all the immigrants. Never. And are we willing to destroy and destroy the Constitution and destroy this country and put military on our country when you're never going to get rid of every single person that you deem illegal? Because there's always, just like in Germany, you couldn't get rid of all the Jewish people. They were still there. Some were still in hiding. Many survived the concentration camps. You're never gonna get rid of every single one. So why are you going to destroy everything in pursuit of this? Because it's not going to work. And before you could even get close to accomplishing it, we're going to get bombed by other countries. We're going to get invaded by other countries. We have turned into essentially like Gaza. You know, it's not going to happen. To think about, if you, let's say you had a birthday cake and someone said, oh, I think I dropped my diamond crusted fingernail, disgusting, but in the cake. You could cut out one slice and then or just have everyone check your slice. You know, I know it's disgusting, but check. Or are you just going to destroy the entire cake? Now, some people would destroy it because they're so disgusted. This analogy is going bad on me, but you get what I'm saying. You could destroy everything, and then you find out, oh, there was no fingernail on the cake. Oh, it was like it went in the trash. The whole point is of my analogy, why destroying everything about America, destroying this country, to find every single immigrant or brown person? Really? That's what we're going to do? And it's not even possible. It's not a possibility. We're a huge country. We have mountains, we have rivers, we have caves. We're surrounded by ocean. We have apartment buildings, tunnels, subways, forests. You're not going to get all the immigrants and brown people. You shouldn't want to. But since, you know, since they, no, it's not you guys listening, but since they're so intent on this purpose, just know, like, statistically, it's not going to work. So why are we destroying everything? You've destroyed your community, you've destroyed your family, because nobody wants to talk to their MAGA family over this, because it's horrible, because we can't be part of it, we can't join it. So we could either have now, even if you don't care about other human beings or the Constitution or anything, at least you should care about the fact that it's just not going to work. It's either that or we all get bombed. And all of this for a leader who is sick in the head and sick in the body, and he's not even going to be around that much longer. We're probably going to have AI president. Anyway, I got to get up. I got to get ready. But the whole thing drives me nuts because it really is just like destroying everything to get a few things, when really it's you. It's inside of you that you really hate, that you're really trying to get rid of. Violence begins on the inside. Hatred is hatred of yourself, the things that you hate about yourself. Everything you see on the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside. So all of us who have remained peaceful and remained a sense of decency and humanity, good job. That really shows that we have been raised well and worked hard on ourselves. And all the other people are like living that nightmare, where you've had the dream where you're let's say you're at some family event or like school or work, and you start saying some horrible things, and then you wake up, you go, oh my God, thank God it was just a dream and I didn't go crazy like that. That's what I feel like with MAGA is in this horrible dream right now, where they're doing and saying the worst things, and they can't wake out of it because their pride, their ego, their stubbornness. Thank God we, the rest of us, are showing a sense of decency. And hey, could get unalived for the decent, because we're decent human beings, could get unalived for it. And that's, we're all going to die anyway. I don't mean to be grim, but that's the truth. We're all going to die. The minute you're born, you're already dying. So what do you do in between? Anyway, I'll just leave it at that. Thanks for listening. Bye.